Thank you, Mr. Prabhu. Minister of State with independent charge for power, coal, new and renewable energy, Mr. Piyush Goyal is an All India rank holder in Chartered Accountancy and Law. He is a well-known investment banker and has advised top corporates on management strategy and growth. During his 28-year-long political career with the Bharatiya Janata Party, he has held many important party posts, including that of National Treasurer. He developed the overall media strategy for the BJP in the Indian general elections that took place earlier this year, and we have all seen the historic outcome of the brilliant Ab Ki Baar Modi Sarkar campaign. He has been an ardent supporter of the Academy for many years. In fact, in 2012, Priyadarshini Academy had felicitated Piyush here on this very stage for becoming a member of Parliament. We are extremely proud today, as one of our own is now a vital part of Prime Minister Narendra Modi's inner circle. We are absolutely delighted to have Seema Goyal, Piyush's wife, with us today. She's a lovely person, a dear friend. Thank you, Seema, so much. Thank you for being here. Before I invite Piyush to speak, we'd like to present a memento to him. May I request Mr. Hiranandani, Dr. Mashelkar, Mr. Nanik Rupani to please present the memento to Piyush Goyal for being here with us this afternoon. That's a young and dynamic minister. Come on, we can do better than that.
Thank you very much, Reena. Nanik Bhai, who's almost been like a mentor, a philosopher, and a guide for me for several years. Niranjan, always pushing me to do more. Suresh ji, who's a very, very senior colleague, is part of our team in Delhi, has a lot more to do than what he's doing now, and you'll probably get more and more news about Suresh ji in the coming days. Dr. Mashelkar, Auntie Rajshri ji, Poonam, Nayan, Murli Adnani ji, several award winners. I regret I missed meeting Dada Vaswani, whom I've had the privilege of meeting several times. And my last interaction with him was with Narendra Bhai, when both Narendra Bhai and I had gone to meet him on his birthday. Was it his 90th? 93rd birthday last year. And I remember Dada Vaswani blessing Narendra Bhai and earnestly desiring him to become Prime Minister. I believe his blessings must have gone a long way to help our party and Narendra Bhai become Prime Minister. Dr. Jeffrey Sachs, who came in through video conference. Only I wish you told me we have the privilege of that. I would have also come in on video conference. But then the fear of video conferencing is over a period of time, the audience may also decide to come in by video. Ms. Julia Morley, thank you for flying into India, but I'm very sorry I took your seat. I didn't realize it when Nanik made me sit down there, but politicians are known to quickly grab a chair wherever they find one. Ms. Priyanka Chopra, congratulations for your award. Sir Hassan Abid from Bangladesh. In fact, yesterday I was with your Foreign Affairs Minister along with his delegation, and we've sorted out some of the issues with your country, and we are looking at much deeper relationship going forward with all our neighbors, particularly with Bangladesh. Very distinguished friends, ladies and gentlemen, I see Mr. Pasicha, Javanti Ben, Nikhil Bhai, all my dear friends over here. It's feeling like coming back home, and this is where I belong. And this particular room, I have very fond memories because I think I've spent more time here than probably I've spent in my office in Delhi. So it feels great to be amongst friends, feels great to be with all of you here. I just want to give you a caveat why I'm late, because Nanak is very particular about people being on time. I had a program with Brookings Institute in the morning and was to take a 12:40 flight, be here at 2:40, and I told him I'll be here by 3:30, positively. Nanak Bhai is always anxious, you've got to be on time at 3 o'clock. So he calls me up in the morning, tells me Nitin Gadkari ji is coming by a special flight. You please come with him and make sure you're here by 3 o'clock. I was on the way to the airport when Seema and I said, Nanak Bhai will not like it, let's go with Nitin ji. So I've actually turned from the Terminal 3 road route to come to the Terminal 1D, sat there for 2 hours, waiting because Nitin Gadkari ji very genuinely got held up in the Prime Minister's office. We are launching the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan on 2nd October, about which the Honorable Prime Minister spoke on 15th August. And Nitin ji has to spearhead that. It's a part of his ministry. So he was tied up in that program for long. Finally at 1:40, I had to call Jet Airways, tell them you have to put me on, drive to Terminal 3, and board the flight at 1:53 probably. I was in time so that nobody can complain to Arnab Goswami that I delayed the flight. And I actually showed Seema my phone. It was exactly 14:00 when the plane had taxied out. So I'm not responsible for any delays at all. Somebody convey that, please.
No, but then you deserve a big applause.
But really would have wanted to be here, hear the views of Jeffrey, meet Dada Vaswani, maybe present the award to you, which I missed out on. I still remember the last program where another colleague of yours was here, and I was seated right next to her. And my wife by then had left the program, and half the ladies in the audience here who are her friends were desperately texting her to come back. Piyush is sitting next to, you know who, you better come back.
I'm glad she's here this time.
She didn't want to take a chance. She refused to go home. She said, I'm coming to make sure who's there today. But thank you all of you for being with us in this program. I'm saying us because I believe myself to be as much a part of Priyadarshini Academy as each one of you. They've done some wonderful work over the years. And in that sense, since most of you here know Nanak Bhai, I think you'll appreciate that for him, people, friends, colleagues, relationships are more important than anything else. He's a man who's 24/7. Power will take a little more 24/7, but certainly Nanak is available 24/7 for all of us in this room. And I think that's something that he deserves a round of applause. In everybody's political career, one goes through ups and downs, and you have the good days and the bad days. Nanak has that absolutely wonderful ability to be with the person whose chips are down. And I don't know how many of you are aware, a person who's no more, but he was earlier the Chief Minister of Maharashtra, went through a bad patch in his political life, and the only one person in Mumbai who stood by him, who offered him his office, that you come and sit in my office, work out of my office, don't worry, you have a bright future, was Nanak. And after that he became the...
I told him you have a very bright future, you will see, and Seema, you will agree with me. And today you are in a big chair.
So in that respect, in the Priyadarshini Award also is a great source of inspiration and encouragement to a lot of the awardees to do even more for society. All of us here have a commitment to our country, wish and desire to do more for India. We feel for India, but we don't know how. What can we do? And then you have that typical disdain, politics is bad, what difference can I make? And those typical cynical views about everything is wrong in this world. I think organizations like Priyadarshini Academy and a 30th award function by itself is something to celebrate. Help you feel rejuvenated about yourself. Help you feel better about your country. Give you the confidence that globally also India has arrived. We are being recognized and appreciated internationally, and we are recognizing international talent. So it's great to see a Miss World here. It's great to see a distinguished gentleman from Bangladesh over here. If you put together all these serious efforts at integration amongst our neighbors, amongst developed economies, you will see that the original concept that India once upon a time propagated to the world of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam is really all about people-to-people contact. We can keep doing any amount of diplomatic work, we can keep doing any amount of engagement through governments. It's ultimately going to be the relationship that and the bonding that different communities, different people from different parts of the world build amongst each other, which is going to make the world a better place to live in. While talking at Brookings this morning, the issue had come up about track 2 diplomacy. I think Nanik would be a perfect person to look at track 2 diplomacy with other parts of the world. Look at our own engagement with the SAARC countries. Look at the way the government of India is reaching out. We began with the invitation to the SAARC heads of state at the swearing in, quickly followed by a visit to Japan, a visit by the Prime Minister of Australia to India. We have the Chinese Prime Minister who's just left this afternoon. You'll see Mr. Modi in US, followed by a visit by Putin. Soon thereafter, David Cameron comes in November. I think India is reaching out. India is building its relationships across the world. And organizations such as Priyadarshini and all of you seated in this room will also have a role to play in building up the trade and commercial ties across the nation and across the world. One small submission I want to make today before I leave, because actually I brought this paper. They've given me exactly 3 minutes to speak, 4:37 to 4:40. Now catch a politician speaking for 3 minutes. And then you invite so many awardees and so many guests, and then you tell me you come all the way from Delhi and speak for 3 minutes, Nanik Bhai. Injustice. All of us can play a role. We can make a difference. The Prime Minister announced the program for a toilet in every school by 15th August 2015. I don't know how many of you have thought it through. What a powerful message that will be to the young girls, to the children of this country, that we care for them. There are probably 350 or 400 people in this room, maybe more actually today. Looks like 500 plus people. Imagine if each one of us was to take on one toilet, 2, 3, 5. I'm not even referring to Nikhil Meswani here, okay? He should be taking on 100,000 toilets. But can we not, all of us, participate in this great endeavor? When Mr. Modi launches the Swachh Bharat Abhiyan on 2nd of October, it's not going to happen by an announcement at Vigyan Bhavan. It's not going to happen maybe by advertisements on television. It can only happen by all of us deciding to participate in that. When we look at the Make in India program that we launch on the 25th, next week, that's Pandit Deendayal Upadhyay's birth anniversary. And he was the ideologue who has inspired all of us and generations of Jansangh and BJP workers to look at the development of a human being in a more integrated fashion. He espoused integral humanism, the idea being that a person's well-being is not only the money you make. I think all of us have made a lot of money here. But whether we are happy or not is the question. And that happiness comes from a variety of factors, our family, our workplace, our living conditions, all of that put together. And that's going to happen with jobs, that's going to happen with self-sustenance, self-reliance. The Make in India program being launched on the 25th is a small effort to engage Indians in new technology development, building up manufacturing in India, strengthening the Indian entrepreneurial spirit. Now, all of these should not land up becoming government programs. Unless the people, unless all of us adopt them, unless all of us participate wholeheartedly in them, I don't think any government, you can vote one government in and you can vote another government out as frequently as you like. The best way to solve our country's problems is by involvement. And I would urge each one of you to look within, see what you can do to give back to society, see what role each one of us has. And every one of us in this room, I'm absolutely certain and convinced, will have a role in one way or the other in making India a better place to live in. A simple thing like what Prime Minister Modi said about looking into your own homes and training or giving some moral lectures to your sons. After all, how long are we going to only tell the daughters about their life and about what care they have to take? It's the boys who have to be advised and told what is good for society, what is their behavior in society expected to be. The idea, what I'm trying to say is that when we are looking at societal change, when we are looking for a better place to live in, it's going to be by the involvement of all of us. Nanak Bhai, I would urge you to lead this initiative. Get some more people engaged in public life. Get some good people getting into politics, getting into public service. I've made an appeal to people to come in and join government, join public sector undertakings, either as directors or as even executive board members. Take on the management of public sector undertakings. It's a sacrifice. You may not get paid don't mind it, Nikhil bhai, but the millions of dollars that you get in salary. You may get a pittance, but then you are serving the country. Let's all of us go back from this room thinking what we are going to do, what will be our contribution giving back to society. And as you hear many times, service to mankind is greater than service to God. I think if we all take it as a mission and plan our life around service to mankind, this country and this world can be a great place to live in. Thank you very much once again for inviting me.